Hello everybody, Jay here for a little race in iRacing. We're doing the Pilot Challenge in the BMW M4 around Daytona ahead of the Raw 24 at the weekend. Very unusually for us, we're on the front row, so this can only go badly, but we'll see. You know, 144 races, we're still looking for our first win in iRacing, so and this is my first front row for a long time, so let's see how it goes. So as you would have just seen there, that's the famous new sausage curb. Now that this track has been laser scanned and updated for 2021 ahead of the Raw before the 24 and of course Daytona 24 the week after. So we'll see. I want to try and stay out of trouble. We seem to be in the wrong... Everyone seems to be taking the Porsche. In the practices I've seen for this, so I expect there to be a lot of Porsches at the Raw 24 at the weekend. But, you know, let's see how it goes. We seem to have fairly good pace around it. But it's a long race, half an hour. It's a long time in iRacing, a lot can change. Wish I had look left mapped. Oh, he's gone. Luckily we were able to tuck in behind. It's a McLaren actually, not a Porsche. Probably be quite quiet for the first lap. It's the first time I've driven this car on this fuel. How nice it is not to be surrounded by cars in iRacing. This is what it feels like. Actually being able to get away at a race start without any worry about some massive incidents. It's not the best exit. Wanted better than that. Wanted to try and stay in the toe of that McLaren. This puts us under a bit of threat from behind. Getting a few frame issues as well. So we've got GT4s and touring cars in this. The actual Raw 24 will have MX5s as well, which is going to be very interesting. Within half an hour we should catch the touring car field. Avoid the massive new sausage curb. So scary now. I haven't hit it in a GT4 yet, but I've hit it in an LMP2, and the car just instantly span and gave 10 seconds of suspension damage. And I've seen a few clips of that breaking a GT4's suspension completely. So we might lose a little bit onto the straights, but it'd be useful to just keep a bit extra wide just to be short. We've got a straight line speed on this McLaren, which is good news. And he's sailed off. This is a rare situation. We are leading an iRacing race. This is terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Just need to knuckle down here and concentrate. Now I think we've got a straight line speed advantage, but I think with the toe that's going to be wiped out completely, and it is. the most vulnerable position in Daytona. The field chomping at our bits. Sketchy as fuck. Sure where these frame rate issues have come from. I don't know, it's because I'm recording as well. First time I've actually recorded an iRacing race, so that's probably the issue. Now hopefully those guys will start fighting amongst themselves and we can just relax a little bit. And use it to pull away. Incredibly bad exit. Going a bit too deep there. Let's put them right back on our tail. I don't like how close these cars are getting. So tricky that inside line. It's definitely better on this new laser scan though. I'd like to have a lap where we're not defending there though. Let's try and get the bus stop right this time round. That's better. Checking our race app fuel there. Thankfully we got it right. We should have plenty by the end, although it's going down. It said we should have 5 litres, so we should have plenty in hand. That's a better bus stop. And now we should be out of slipstream range. This is ours to lose now. Fighting between themselves, that's just what we want. Pretty much matched our quali lap there. Bit of a scrappy middle of the lap. And we got the better exit, lovely. I was reaching for second, I didn't really want it. Oh, it's intense. I know it's not much for a lot of people, but just never had the luck in the racing and the skill most of the time to get a race win on road. So this is 3 years in the making if it happens. I really should stop thinking about that. Just got to take it one lap at a time. I keep carrying a bit too much speed into that bus stop. Just costing us all the way down this straight. Alright, come on, we got to focus on exit. A bit less speed. Oh, I was so close to that sausage. So we lost in the mid, but we got a much better exit. It's worth sacrificing the speed on the way into bus stop there to make sure you get that exit, because this straights do be long. I don't know how long we got left, about halfway through. getting dangerously close to getting that toe again now. He will be picking it up ever so faintly. It's just pressure situations now in cars that are this closely matched. The smallest mistake can be enough. Too much speed. Too much speed. Oh, that's killed us. Now he's got the toe. It's game over in terms of running away. We have to fight for this now. That's too deep. Gotta hope they start fighting now. We need a good bus stop or we're gonna be in a four-way fight by the time we get to turn 1. Useless. Absolutely useless. It's gotta show him the outside there, that's all you can do. Smart thing to do might be to get toe back, but I feel our only chance of winning this is forcing them into mistakes by making them go the long way around turn 1. Intense. I reckon we've got about, well, we can probably have a look. Better. You're still gonna have the toe though. What are you fucking touching me for, man? Clearly going to take the inside line. You can go on the apron, be my guest. 10 minutes still, a long time. We're not letting this go. Not without a fight. Oh, you shitting idiot. It's the pressure, man. This is why I don't win iRacing. Until we have one, that pressure is just insane. I can't deal with it. Oh, I did that in practice as well, I should have known. Can't get traction on that curb. It's not over, but it's a long way back to getting that tight. That bloody pressure, man. I mean, these guys are gonna fight to finish, so we will catch them. Oh, we got TCRs. That wasn't ideal. We got 7 minutes, still plenty of time.
Go left. The next car's the leader.
I knew they were going to take each other out, but to the point of us not being able to get round them's really rather annoying.
We've got about 5 laps of fuel.
Oh well. Third will still be decent. Let's try and keep it on the road. We've got a little bit of damage, so we just need to be a little bit careful. We may catch the back of the TCR field as well, which you never know. catching, but 5 minutes. It's gonna be 2, maybe 3 laps. Gotta hope that they start fighting.
You got a slow car on the right. Car right. Clear on the right.
They will catch the back of the TCR field, but we're going to need some luck here.
Car right. Clear on the right.
Well, I pretty much wrapped it up. Shame. We'll get over this fear one day. Probably only after we've won a race.
You've got about 2 laps of fuel
But
left.
we're driving so much better now. That's the pressure. Learned to manage that pressure in ACC. Not in iRacing yet. Jesus, come on. At least finish the race in third. Let's not go from bad to worse. It's just disappointment. But third's a good result. We need some iRating ahead of the Raw and the 24. It's good practice for the weekend. We know where we need to watch out. We need to make sure we prioritise the exit to the bus stop and watch that curb at the second right-hander. And of course watch that sausage curb, but I think that's pretty much a given at this point. Well, we so nearly did it. That's the closest I've come. I've had some intense MX-5 battles, which I think were the closest before. To lead that percentage of a race, that's a first, that's progress. We'll take third. It's a disappointing third, of course it is. But we'll take it. Well, not quite what we wanted, but progress made. And I'm sure we can put a really clickbait title on that of going for first win or something. Join the rest of the YouTube crowd. But, you know, it's coming. It was an intense battle up until that point. And we just need to learn to deal with the pressure a bit more. Or find a race or a track where we just end up with a comfortable pace advantage. I feel like we had the pace, but we just kept making mistakes. But that's racing at the end of the day, isn't it? I hope you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're not already to the channel for more iRacing content, ACC, and a load of other sims. And I'll catch you again very soon.